Imagine a world where the average temperature rises by 2 degrees Celsius. Doesn't sound like much, right? But what if that tiny change leads to catastrophic consequences? Welcome to our current reality, where climate change isn't just a vague, distant concept, it's a pressing issue that's transforming our world as we speak. It's like a slow-moving disaster movie, with the Earth as the main character playing out in real time. The facts are startling. The last decade was the hottest ever recorded. The number of extreme weather events, think hurricanes, droughts, and heat waves, has tripled since the 1970s. We're seeing wildfires of unprecedented scale and intensity. And sea levels are rising at their fastest rate in 2,000 years. And these are not just numbers on a page. They translate into real-world impacts. The wildfires, they're burning homes, devastating ecosystems, and pushing species towards extinction. The rising sea levels, they're swallowing up coastal communities, displacing millions of people. And then there's the 2 degrees Celsius increase. It may not sound like a lot, but it's enough to trigger a cascade of terrifying changes. Imagine more intense heat waves causing thousands of deaths each year. Picture our coral reefs, the rainforests of the oceans, bleaching and dying off. Envision a world where 1/3 of all plant and animal species could be gone in the next 50 years. That's the world we're heading towards if we don't take action. But here's the kicker. Climate change is not some inevitable, unstoppable force. It's largely driven by human activities, particularly the burning of fossil fuels like coal, oil, and gas. That means we have the power to slow it down, to change course. The situation is urgent, yes. We're standing at the edge of a cliff, staring into an uncertain future. But we're also holding the ropes. We have the tools, the knowledge, and the innovative spirit to pull ourselves back from the brink. It's a staggering reality we're facing, but there's hope. We can still turn things around. You might be thinking, how did we get here? To answer that, we need to understand what climate change is. Climate change, in its simplest form, is a long-term shift in global or regional climate patterns. It's like Mother Nature throwing a curveball in the weather game that we've been playing for centuries. But here's the catch. We're the ones who threw that curveball. Now, you've probably heard about the greenhouse effect and how it's contributing to global warming. Think of Earth as a greenhouse. Sunlight enters, warming the planet, and some of that heat is reflected back into space. But with the greenhouse effect, certain gases in our atmosphere, known as greenhouse gases, trap some of that heat, preventing it from escaping. This natural process is vital for life on Earth. Without it, our planet would be an icy wasteland. However, human activities have tipped the scales, leading to an excessive buildup of these greenhouse gases. Picture this. You're in a car on a hot day with the windows rolled up. The heat from the sun gets trapped inside and the car becomes unbearably hot. That's essentially what's happening to our planet. So where are these extra greenhouse gases coming from? Well, the main culprits are carbon dioxide and methane. Carbon dioxide primarily comes from burning fossil fuels for energy. Think cars, factories, and power plants. While methane is released during the production and transport of coal, oil, and natural gas. And let's not forget about deforestation. Trees absorb carbon dioxide, so when we cut them down, not only do we lose a crucial ally in fighting climate change, but we also release stored carbon dioxide back into the atmosphere. In essence, our actions are turning up Earth's thermostat, leading to rising global temperatures, a phenomenon we know as global warming. This in turn drives climate change, resulting in more frequent and severe weather events, rising sea levels, and devastating impacts on wildlife and ecosystems. Now that we understand the problem, let's explore the solutions. Sustainability. It's a word we hear often, but what does it actually mean? Sustainability in its simplest form is about our relationship with the future. It's about making choices today that do not deplete the resources or capabilities of future generations. It's a way of living that aims to reduce our impact on the planet while meeting our present needs. Now let's delve a bit deeper. Sustainability is not just about the environment, it's also about our economy and society. Think of it as a three-legged stool, with each leg representing one of these aspects. If one leg is shorter or longer than the others, the stool will topple. It's the same with sustainability. We need balance. Let's look at some sectors where sustainable practices are making a difference. First off, energy. We're moving away from fossil fuels and embracing renewable sources like wind, solar, and hydropower. These sources are not only cleaner, reducing our greenhouse gas emissions, but they are also endless, ensuring we don't run out of energy in the future. Next, agriculture. Sustainable farming practices such as organic farming, permaculture, and agroforestry are designed to enhance the natural environment rather than deplete it. They help maintain biodiversity, improve soil health, and reduce water use. Manufacturing, too, is seeing a shift towards sustainability. This involves designing products to last longer, using materials that can be recycled or biodegraded, and reducing waste during the production process. But sustainability isn't just about big industries, it's also about our individual choices, like opting for public transport over a private car, choosing products with less packaging, or even something as simple as turning off the lights when we leave a room. Sustainability is a journey, not a destination. It's about making better choices, day by day, step by step. It's about understanding that everything we do has an impact and striving to make that impact a positive one. With sustainability, we don't have to compromise our present needs or the futures. It's about balance. You might feel small in the face of global issues like climate change, but remember, change starts with you. Living sustainably is not as overwhelming as it might seem. It's all about making mindful choices, and it can start right now, right where you are. Let's delve into some simple, actionable steps that you can incorporate into your everyday life. Firstly, consider your consumption habits. Do you frequently buy new items, or do you try to make do with what you already have? The mantra, reduce, reuse, recycle, is more than a catchy phrase, it's a lifestyle. Try to minimize waste by reducing unnecessary purchases, reusing items whenever possible, and recycling properly. Next, let's think about energy. Did you know that just switching off lights when you leave a room can significantly reduce your energy consumption? Similarly, unplugging devices when they're not in use and opting for energy-efficient appliances can go a long way in conserving energy. Another aspect to consider is your diet. The food we consume has a massive impact on our planet. By shifting towards a more plant-based diet, you can significantly lower your carbon footprint. This doesn't mean you need to go vegan overnight, but even small changes like having a meat-free day once a week can make a difference. Transportation is another area where we can make sustainable choices. Can you walk, bike, or use public transit instead of driving? If not, how about carpooling? Each of these choices reduces your carbon footprint and helps our planet breathe a little easier. Lastly, consider supporting sustainable businesses. These are companies that prioritize the environment and their employees over profits. They invest in renewable energy, fair trade, and sustainable materials. By choosing to buy from these businesses, we're voting for a greener and fairer economy. So you see, sustainability is not about grand gestures. It's about those small, everyday decisions we make. It's about being mindful of our actions and their impact on our planet. Remember, every small action counts. You have the power to make a difference. We've talked about individual actions, but remember, tackling climate change requires collective action. As we look towards the future, it's essential to recognize that we're not alone in this fight against climate change. All around the world, initiatives and projects are rising to the challenge, each one a beacon of hope in our quest for a greener future. Consider the push for renewable energy, for instance. Countries, companies, and communities are investing in wind, solar, and hydroelectric power. These renewable energy sources not only reduce our reliance on fossil fuels, but they also create jobs and stimulate local economies. It's a win-win scenario made possible by collective action. And then there's the role of government policies. From setting emission standards to funding research into climate solutions, governments play a crucial part in this global endeavor. They have the power to shape our future, to make sustainability not just an option, but the norm. Let's not forget about technological innovation either. Brilliant minds are hard at work, developing new ways to combat climate change. Think electric vehicles, carbon capture technologies, energy-efficient appliances, each one a testament to human ingenuity in the face of adversity. Community initiatives too are making waves. From neighborhood recycling programs to urban gardens, these grassroots efforts show that when we come together, we can affect change. It's proof that every action, no matter how small, contributes to the bigger picture. But it's not just about what's already being done. It's about what we can do moving forward. It's about businesses adopting sustainable practices. It's about scientists continuing to research and innovate. It's about communities rallying together, demanding action and accountability. It's about you and me making choices that protect our planet for generations to come. So let's take action, let's get involved, let's support the initiatives that resonate with us. Whether it's a local project or a global campaign, let's hold our leaders accountable urging them to prioritize sustainability in their decision-making. Now it's your turn to join the fight for a sustainable future, because together, we can make a difference.